Thank you for tuning into another Arizona United Soccer Talk 1v1, and on today's episode, we're joined by Jon Herzner, who's the trainer for the club. Now, Jon, you handle all the injuries for the team, all the training sessions to help them recover from their injuries, prevent injuries, and stuff like that. I mean, for the most part, it seems like guys have been pretty much relatively healthy this season for the club.
For the most part, we have been. We've been lucky. We've avoided all the major injuries, knock on wood. And we've had a lot of ticky-tack things, but for the most part, it's been pretty good.
What's the toughest part of your job, and what does that entail, kind of the toughest things that you have to deal with?
I think anytime you're dealing with professional athletes, they seem to be sometimes hypersensitive to things, and when any little thing is bothering them, they need a lot of care. The analogy between taking care of a Chevy versus a Jaguar is probably an appropriate analogy, and trying to maintain their bodies and help them recover in a season like this is the biggest challenge by far.
Oh, we don't need to name names, but who's been the biggest one?
There's a couple on my list every day.
But what can you walk us through your day? What is that? How do you start? What do you do during the training session, and how do you conclude your day?
My morning starts a couple hours before players arrive at the stadium, doing all the glamorous stuff, filling the whirlpools, getting the jugs of water ready for them, things like that. And then treatments usually start an hour and a half before the training session starts, and that usually includes a lot of soft tissue work, whatever guys need to get ready, some taping, and that type of stuff. And then we go out to the field, and typically I'm observing what's going on, watching the players. If somebody goes down, I'll certainly go out and tend to them, and helping everybody in any way that I can. And
then when you go on the road, does it change at all for you?
A little bit. On the road, a lot of times treatments are in the hotel, usually in my room, in the hotel room, and that's a little bit of a challenge. Just space becomes an issue, but we make do and we get it done.
Hey, can you walk us through? How do you become an athletic trainer, and how did you find yourself working with select physical therapy?
Athletic training, there's two ways to become an athletic trainer. One is to go to an undergraduate program or an undergraduate university that has a program in athletic training. The other way is to go have a 4-year degree, a bachelor's, and then go to an entry-level master's degree program at a university that offers that. I found my way to Select. In the past, I worked in professional baseball, and in the off seasons, I would cover for them and do some PRN work. And then they were in some contract talks with Arizona United, and they were looking to provide athletic training services for them. And they contacted me about the position, and it became a great match.
So you've never done soccer before until this year?
Not at the professional level.
So how was the learning curve for you for the first month or two, or did you kind of just pick it up right away?
It's been good. I've relied on a couple of different MLS sports medicine staffs to kind of bounce questions off them, and they've been really, really helpful, and that's been great. There's not a huge difference, to be honest, in between professional baseball and professional soccer. Both obviously in baseball we're dealing with a lot more upper body injuries, and soccer's a lot more lower body. But for the most part, it's been pretty similar. It's been a great switch. It's been a great learning experience for me.
And so when the off season hits, is this what you want to do? Is come back to Arizona United once the season starts again next year?
Absolutely. I'll work for Select again in the off season and kind of fill in for them, and hopefully stay connected with Arizona United, and certainly looking forward to next year.
Is it fun being part of Select, the fact that you can work with different sports, different athletes, so it's not the same thing every single day?
It's great. I enjoy the season and I love it, but soccer all day, every day is a challenge. So working for a larger company that serves a lot of different athletes is awesome.
It's also the mustache, is that part of the job too?
That was we needed a change of pace a couple weeks ago, and so to change the energy a little bit, I kind of did the stash up, and we rattled off a 4-game unbeaten streak that ended this past week, but we're looking to come back against LA this Saturday.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jon. Appreciate you jumping on with us today.
Thank you.